Honorable Mayor and City Council members, I am Steve Howlett, Assistant Director of Public Works, and this item is the Golf Management Agreement. Recommendation that the City Council approve and authorize the Mayor to execute the Golf Management Agreement with American Golf Corporation for a 5-year term ending on June 30th, 2030, with an option of a single 5-year extension ending on June 30th, 2035. Background. The city owns the River Ridge Golf Club, also known as the Golf Operations, a municipal golf course under the supervision of the Public Works Department. The Golf Operations consists of two 18-hole golf courses that are currently operated under contract by American Golf Corporation. American Golf was awarded the management agreement that began on July 1st, 2019. On February 6th, 2024, the City Council authorized staff to enter into negotiations with American Golf for a new agreement to manage the River Ridge Golf Club operations. On June 4th, 2024, the City Council authorized the First Amendment to the Golf Management Agreement with American Golf for a time extension ending on February 28th, 2025. On December 17th, 2024, the City Council authorized the Second Amendment to the Golf Management Agreement with American Golf for a time extension ending on June 30th, 2025. This was done to complete the fiscal year and have the new agreement begin on July 1st, 2025 to coincide with the beginning of fiscal year 25-26. Discussion. Staff from Public Works has been developing updated language for the new agreement and has been in communication with American Golf representatives about the key elements of the proposed new agreement. Some of the major elements of the proposed new agreement are compensation through a base management fee, variable fee, and incentive fee for customer service, invoicing for all operations and management fee expenses, clarification about earned interest on bank accounts, golf course conditions and improvements to the facilities, such as the new event space, required maintenance as it relates to the closed landfill, which is also known as the post-closure maintenance plan. Base management fee. The base management fee is $190,000, which is up from $100,000 in the current agreement. This is for the first fiscal year with an annual CPI inflator not to exceed 5% each year. Additionally, American Golf has agreed to contribute towards the capital improvements for the new event space, also known as the reception center, for $52,500 annually during the term of this agreement. Variable fee for performance. The annual variable fee is 30% of the gross profit from the golf operations that exceeds the annual threshold. The annual threshold for the first year is based on the average of the most recent 24 months of gross profit, which includes the 2023 City Council approved rate increase. Each year thereafter, the annual threshold will then be adjusted annually up or down based on the National Golf Foundation's annual National Rounds Played report for the most recent California year-to-date percentage that is contained in their December report. The current golf management agreement has a tiered structure for the incentive fee, and for fiscal year 23-24, American Golf collected $327,402. With the new variable fee for gross profit over the annual threshold, the city approves the annual threshold amount and shares 30% of the gross profit that exceeds this threshold with the golf operator. The new agreement also changes the perspective of this performance. Under the current agreement, it incentivized the difference between the revenues and the expenditures, which can be focused on just decreasing the expenditures despite the long-term impacts to the golf course and the golf course users. In the new agreement, the performance measure is focused on gross profits, so it does not incentivize reducing expenditures at the cost of impacting the playability of the golf course or the experience of the customers. Incentive fee for customer service. The incentive fee for customer service is a $50,000 a year maximum that is based on a Net Promoter Score. The Net Promoter Score consultant, sometimes referred to as a secret shopper, will work with the city separately from the golf management agreement. The Net Promoter Score consultant will experience the golf operations as an anonymous customer through random and multiple visits during the operating year and provide a report for each visit and an overall customer experience score. This net score will reflect either average, which is $10,000 incentive fee earned, good, which is $25,000 incentive fee earned, or great, which is the full $50,000 incentive fee. Invoicing. The current agreement pays the annual operating budget in 12 monthly installments. The new agreement requires the city to deposit the first 2 months of operating expenses into the operating account as working capital. The golf operator is then required to invoice each month's expenses, which includes a monthly expense report and supporting documentation, to the city for review as required and for reimbursement. The golf operator will also be responsible for invoicing the golf operations payroll with support documentation every 2 weeks. The base management fee compensation for the golf operator will be a standalone line item that is included in the monthly operating invoice, and the variable fee and incentive fee will be invoiced to the city separately at the closeout of each fiscal year. All compensation to the golf operator will be invoiced for tracking and records. Bank accounts. The city controls the golf operations revenue account. All revenues generated by the golf operations are deposited into the revenue account, and the golf operator does not have access to draw these funds. The golf operator establishes the golf operations expense account. The city will deposit the first 2 months of annual operating expenses into the golf operations expense account as working capital. The golf operator is then responsible for invoicing all expenses to the city for reimbursement to the working capital. The city has access to all records and bank statements for the expense account pursuant to the terms of the new agreement. The golf operator is not permitted to open any other bank accounts for the golf operations. Any interest earned in either the revenue account or the expense account is city revenue. Golf course conditions, improvements, and landfill maintenance. During the past 5 fiscal years, the golf operations has generated capital reserves that will be used for improving the golf course and facilities, and for major capital improvements such as the clubhouse roof, driving range, and event space. The new agreement contains quarterly inspections for the golf course conditions, parameters for performing major capital improvements, and responsibilities for the Santa Clara landfill post-closure maintenance plan. Financial impact. The golf management agreement will require the manager, American Golf, to continue to manage and operate the golf operations in accordance with the standards set forth in the agreement, which includes the fiscal year 25-26 annual plan and each annual plan thereafter. The Golf Enterprise Fund will continue to support the golf operations per the City Council approved budgets contained in the annual plans and any mid-year adjustments. Both estimated revenues and expenditures have been programmed in the proposed city budget for fiscal year 25-26 for City Council's consideration within the operating golf fund, which is Fund 651. Here are some examples of the compensation between the current and the new agreement. Example 1. Under the current agreement, American Golf earned a total of $427,402, which is the base fee plus incentive fee for fiscal year 23-24. If the proposed terms of this new agreement were in place for fiscal year 23-24, American Golf would have earned $343,649 in total compensation, assuming great, which is the highest net promoter score for customer service, and it also accounts for the agreed upon $52,500 event space payment by American Golf to the city and the annual threshold being calculated by fiscal year 22-23 through fiscal year 23-24. Example 2. Based on the fiscal year 23-24 totals and with a 4% increase, the estimated gross profit for fiscal year 24-25, under the current agreement, AGC would earn a total of $439,000, $439,418, which is the base fee plus incentive fee. If the proposed terms for the new agreement were in place for fiscal year 24-25, AGC would earn $384,187 in total compensation, assuming GREAT, which is the highest net promoter score for customer service, and accounting for the agreed upon $52,500 events-based payment by AGC to the city, and the annual threshold being calculated by fiscal year 22-23 through fiscal year 23-24 plus 4%. American Gulf's average total compensation under the current agreement for the past 3 fiscal years has been $392,084. Also, the average net surplus for the Gulf enterprise over the past 3 fiscal years has been $1,350,883 annually, which can be used for future improvements such as capital improvements. There is no impact to the general fund. This concludes the staff report, and staff is available for any questions. Thank you.